Ladies and gentlemen, grab your drinks and popcorn. Today's feature is about to begin. Welcome to Celluloid Codswallop. Hello and welcome to this week's Celluloid Codswallop. And for this week's episode, we're reviewing an interesting film. But it's been a while, and I have an interesting person who's co-hosting with me this week. Now, don't be mean to her. You know, she's a girl. She is new to the game of podcasting. She's very, very kind. There's no meanness, so don't be cruel. Don't be worried. She's not plastic. She's not going to break, though. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. Nah, I can't lie. She's not someone who's not been on before. It's Gemma. It's the wonderful co-host. The creator of Talking Codswallop. You all know who she is, Salty Tadpoles.
Well, I'd like to hope they do know who I am, because they hear my voice most weeks. So, yay, I'm here. I'm a host. I'm a co-host, sorry. So that means I don't have to do the editing on this episode, so you know. Feel free,
don't
James.
Lie. Yeah, don't lie. You know, there's no point lying to each other and to the Salty Tadpoles. This will be a two-hander when it comes to the editing. What normally happens is that my crappy editing is cleaned up by the wonderful editing of Gemma.
But at least you try. That's the main thing.
That's true. I do try. I do. So for this film choice, we can be reviewing. It's a film that I had always had in the back of my mind and had known about it. And the emphasis was actually from the fact that Gemma had said to me a few times, should we try reviewing this film? And I was like, you know what? I've never got around to seeing it. Mm-hmm. I do want to see it. Now, the film in question is Mean Girls, which is a 2004 film that was made by, well, the primary star of this was the wonderful Lindsay Lohan. It was originally a book, or is based on the book Queen Bees and Wannabes by Rosalind Wiseman, and the screenplay was written by Tina Fey. And it's very much a Saturday Night Live production, this, because the producer on it's Lorne Michaels, who is the creator and producer on Saturday Night Live. There's a lot of other Saturday Night Live cast members that appear in this film. So I've given my reason for watching it that you had asked me to, and it had always been sat in the back of my mind. So the question is, Gemma, what interests you in this film? What was your first experience with it? What memories do you have of it?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know, first of all, how I stumbled upon it. It may have been just as simply as, I don't know, I went to Blockbuster and picked it out, or if Netflix was available in those days, you know, I found it on Netflix as something that I'd want to watch, and also can't remember exactly when I saw it either. Mm-hmm. And let's peel back the curtain. This is our second recording because of a few technical issues, but yes, I did say, back in 1999, and James corrected me, informed me that it was actually 2004 that this film was released. So
I was very impressed, Salty Tadpoles, when Gemma said 1999. So I was like, hey, time travel.
Yep, it was out on tape, and tape is this magical thing that you have to rewind.
Yep. See, you've got to remember, young Salty Tadpoles will be really confused. You mentioned Blockbuster, and you've mentioned tape, VHS. They're like, what?
Yeah,
what are these things?
I can really blow their minds by actually saying love film as well. You know, which is actually how Netflix started out, isn't it? So, I think so.
I'll have to defer to you on that one. I can't honestly remember.
Because there was, there was a subscription that you signed up to, which was, I'm pretty certain it was Netflix that, that's how it started.
Love film, because I think, did they send you like DVDs in the post?
Yeah, so like every week they'd send you a new DVD, and then you'd send it back, and then they'd send another one to you.
Yep, that rings a bell.
Yeah.
That does ring a bell.
Yeah, so that was back in the day of the horse and carts of how, how we got our entertainment. But I think I'd seen Lindsay Lohan in something else, and I maybe did a little search to see kind of what kind of film she was in, and Mean Girls came up. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go and see, because I like the occasional sort of chick flicky comedy, but I do prefer my horror, but it's always nice to kind of be able to just lose yourself in a film instead of having to really think about it, kind of thing. So yeah, I like how I'm justifying it and you're like, yeah, I really loved it. It's fine.
Well, the thing that I really liked watching this is just like looking at the cast, because it's all people I knew from other things, Tim Meadows. I could definitely see why Tim Meadows was cast on the Goldbergs as the guidance counsellor, and then he became the head teacher in school, the spin-off. He pretty much plays a very similar character in this. He was the head teacher within this film, and then there's a few other Saturday Night Live people, but it's just great. I was looking at it going, I know that person, I know that person, I know that person. The sad thing, and I'd said this in the first recording, is that it's the first thing that hit me is I looked at Lindsay Lohan, I just thought, oh dear. Because I know it's many years ago, but if you look at the majority of the cast members, they all look pretty healthy still. They've all gone on to good careers or reasonable careers, and Lindsay Lohan unfortunately has been wrecked from booze, drugs, etc. And this is obviously from a time before she had, because what really got me was her voice. More than the fact, isn't she pretty and wonderful and doesn't look ravaged by drugs, it was more the fact I was listening to her voice, because the voice she has now is just like really buggered up through, well, I don't know, drugs and alcohol, I guess, and smoking, and very harsh, where she didn't have it in this film. She was, just in a much better place, and it's a shame she's not stayed that way. But as we all know, the tide of time waits for no man or woman. And will get with all of us. But certainly watching the film, and I've mentioned this previously, and I will obviously touch upon the fact that we've already done one round of this, is the fact that I had not seen this obviously until now, and I'm getting loads of not another teen movie references. I'm like, so that's what that's from. That's what that's from. Where they've done almost direct copies of things. And certainly the really strong Heathers vibe.
Yes. Oh, God, I love Heathers.
Yeah, Heathers is one of my all-time favourite films. But I got really, really strong Heathers vibes from it. You mentioned previously, Gemma, and I want to peel back the onion layers on this one, is the fact that characters you identified with, because there's nobody I desperately identified with in this film, which is probably a good thing, being male. Who was it you identified with in this film? Which one of the plastics did you come on, tell us the truth, Gemma. Which plastic are you really?
Well, first of all, do you not identify as Aaron Samuels or Ron, however the Americans say it? But I can't even remember how the Americans say it. It was Aaron or something like that, wasn't it?
Aaron. I think it would have been Aaron. Remind me, was he the main lad?
Yes.
With the wonderful hair. So I did identify with that part, actually. I was trying to work out what else I'd seen him in, because I'm looking at him thinking he looks vaguely familiar, but I couldn't really work out what. He's the sort of guy, when you're looking, where I thought I could see when he got older they cast him as Superman or somebody, but obviously it's not the sort of thing that happened. But I guess, good hair, I can see that.
Just having a quick look. The only thing that I can sort of maybe identify him from is Cheaper by the Dozen too. But
God, he was in that. Wow.
Yeah, but I don't remember him for that.
Don't worry, I can do a DC link, because Cheaper by the Dozen had the guy in who played Clark Kent in Smallville.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yes. Got a DC link in.
Yay!
Good old Tom Welling. Right, but anyway, sorry.
That's
So
all right.
who did you identify? Who did you identify within this?
It wasn't any of the plastics. It was Janice Ian, because she was the more badass kind of, like
Yes.
she didn't really care. She was arty and, like kind of gave the impression that she liked heavy metal and rock kind of thing from her dress sense, at least. You never actually heard her listening to any music, but yeah, so she was the person that I definitely identified for, with, sorry, not for. And, yeah, and she also just had that air about her, that she was a kind person, but at the same time, she didn't really give a shit. So, yeah, she's me.
I loved her. She came out with one of the lines that absolutely had me howling later on, which was the one about, let's see, I've actually written it down. A lot of this film, what I loved is I laughed out loud for loads of this film.
It is,
absolutely loads of it. Where have I written it down? Yeah, she came out with the line talking about the main mean girl played by Rachel McAdams, who I had no idea it was Rachel McAdams.
Yes.
Until I'm like, that's Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, because I strongly think, and I may be wrong with this, but I strongly think that this film was the making of quite a few people's careers.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Because Rachel McAdams, where she's gone on to obviously do amazing things. You've got Amanda not Seinfeld. How do you say her name?
Amanda Seyfried.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, I've got a helicopter going above my head now.
Yeah, Amanda Seyfried, who, when I'm watching this film, I kept thinking, hey, it's the singing girl out of Mamma Mia.
Yeah. And she had breasts that could tell you if it was raining.
Yeah. Now, I think I never got to see the whole article. There was something recently. All the stars aligned for us to watch this, but obviously, because there was another thing about, I'd mentioned to Gemma that there'd been a podcast called Disgrace on, which talks about films and stuff that I'd listened to today. Subject of it, Lindsay Lohan was the subject of it. For those not understanding why I do it with that strange description of her name, it is from a joke done by Ralph Garman.
Yes. Well, no, it wasn't. I think it's, isn't it?
Sean Combs. It's P. Diddy, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, isn't it some rapper or something saying it? Yeah.
A drunk P. Diddy.
Yeah.
But also Amanda Seyfried had discussed something about people come up to her trying to get her to do something from this film. So I don't know if it's something to do with the boobs or putting the whole hand in her mouth.
Yeah, maybe.
But you are right when you say it's the making of so many people, and it's the saddest thing that it made people. But it's probably one of the best things Lindsay Lohan's done.
Yeah.
And she's not done anything since. It all went horribly wrong. But you are right. You've got cast members. It sounds awful, but if you just like swipe left and remove Lindsay Lohan from the list, everybody else in this has pretty much gone on to bigger, better things.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Lindsay Lohan, apparently. Lindsay, I'm pretty right.
Ooh, that's harsh. Oof. I mean, airtight and all, but, harsh.
But anyway, I think Lindsay Lohan did do a couple of things after this that were actually reasonably good.
Can I I'll tell you one not to watch. The Canyons. God, that film was terrible.
There's definitely a lot of films that she did that were awful, where she was pretending to be a twin in a psychological thriller or something.
I Know Who Killed Me.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah. Don't watch that, people. That's awful.
I've seen it, and all I can remember from watching that, it was because my dad always says he feels desperately sorry for Lindsay Lohan because of how things have gone, and we watched that I Know Who Killed Me, and I'm like, why is she the youngest cast member but looks the oldest?
Yeah.
It was really poor girl. God, it was terrible.
It is absolutely terrible. But unfortunately, I think there was a lot of home stuff going on for her as well, because I think that her mum's like a bad influence and stuff, isn't she? So, with that,
Well,
with the drugs and side of things. So.
It's drugs, it's booze, it's family problems. But we're not, we're going off topic. We're not meant to be discussing the downfall of the poor woman. We're meant to be discussing the parts when it was all going well. So, sorry, Gemma.
But also, I was just filling in gaps while you were coming up with the line that you wanted to say for that Janice Ian said.
It was that comment of when Rachel McAdams, because there's a point in the film where Rachel McAdams, they're all obsessed by certain amounts of food things, and she starts getting fed these bars that are designed to, because just to give some backstory on Lindsay Lohan's character, she comes from Africa, and I think her family must have had some involvement with people who were malnourished and not so well.
Not quite. They were zoologists.
Right.
So, but yes, they also, they probably did have, have a lot of like the starving children of Africa and stuff like that as well, though. Leading on to what you're saying, sorry.
Well, they were saying that, no, it's all right. They were saying that like the mum used to feed them these bars that help them gain weight, and basically Lindsay Lohan feeds these commentaries Rachel McAdams' character, the head evil mean girl, that they are weight loss bars. So she's scarfing them down all the time. And the comment that made me laugh out loud is that they're discussing like the situation about I think like just her as a person being thin, and the comment of now that she's fatter, she's got pretty big jugs.
Yeah. Yes.
Because it was a completely unexpected comment. I was like, whoa. That did make me laugh.
Right. Well, should we start from the beginning, James? Sort of a little bit, yeah.
Well, yeah. I'll let you do some backstory.
Okay.
You've seen this more than I have.
I have, yeah.
You're probably a bit better.
So basically the sort of premise of the film is that Katie, or also known as Caddy, because her name is spelled C-A-D-Y, but pronounced Katie, yes, which the headmaster really loves.
I bet Ralph Garman had a stroke watching this film.
He probably never watched it, let's face it. But he's not man enough to watch it, is he? Not like you.
No, obviously not. Frank is not man enough to watch this film, no.
Anyway, so she's obviously been, not obviously, but she's been homeschooled for all of her life because her parents are, I think they were zoologists, or they were something to do with animals anyway, and like, veterinary kind of positions and stuff like that. So, and they lived in Africa, but then her mum gets tenure and they have to then come back to America, which much to sort of, well, I keep wanting to say Lindsay now, but, Caddy's disappointment.
Yeah, she's not too thrilled about this issue because it's launching into schooling that she's never ever had before.
Yeah.
Being in a school and having to deal with all these people.
Yeah, because the parents want to socialise her. And one of the best lines is, "Ooh, you're going to get socialised, a little slice like you."
That's slightly unnerving, isn't it? Yeah.
From the gay Damien, yeah. It's too gay to function.
Which I was like, okay, I don't understand what that means, but fair enough.
Yeah, but it's kind of, in some ways it kind of relates in the sense that, like I've said on previous normal episodes, it's like if I pick on you or you pick on me or whatever, but if somebody else picked on one of us, we'd be like, you what?
Yeah,
so it's that kind of thing. Yeah. So they decide that they're going to send her off to school. And so they do the whole first day thing. And it's the, you know what? I should actually know the guy's name. It's the cleaner from Scrubs. It's the dad, isn't it?
Yes. And the mother, I don't know who the actor is, I'm afraid. Apologies to him. But it's also the mother is another SNL alumni.
Okay.
Who plays the mother. But like the first day is horrendous for school because no one will let her sit anywhere. She's just been like, well, she's harassed at every turn. I'm thinking, God, this is a harsh starting day, and she's certainly not that awful.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes you wonder, like, are really I know we know because we spoke to Melissa, but our American schools really like this because
That clicky, yeah.
yeah, but also the fact that when she was walking into the school, there was people that were burning books and, they were all doing all sorts of stuff out there, weren't they? So, yeah, not good. So day one was not really that great, but she kept getting into trouble because she needed to go to the toilet and things like that, because obviously when she's at home, she doesn't have to ask. She should get up and just go.
It also cuts to one of the more disgusting scenes, which is her eating her sandwich in the toilet.
I know. That is pretty gross, isn't it?
That is disgusting. Yeah, that was not cool.
No, definitely not. And then it's like day two, it is a little bit better because that's when she meets Janice and Damien, isn't it? And they take her under the wing and become her friend. So, yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm doing all the talking. You're supposed to be the host of this one.
But the reality is you can happily tell me all about the film. It was predominantly your choice, but It's an interesting thing. She falls, obviously, as we would expect, Katie has to fall in love with somebody. Aaron, whoever the bloody hell you pronounce his name. We can at least agree his surname is Samuels. Yeah, so, but this is somebody who is off limits because he's the ex-boyfriend of... again, I'll just have to go with Rachel McAdams because I can't remember her
Regina.
name. Thank you. Regina's ex-boyfriend. So, it's the whole off-limits thing.
Yeah.
I've never understood that, but my ex-girlfriend once told me about that. Something about she couldn't ever date any of her sister's ex-boyfriends and vice versa. I don't know. Maybe it's a girl's thing. I've never understood it.
Yeah.
But that kind of thing being set up. But again, this story got the really strong Heathers vibes because you see the collection of the girls, and I also got a weird sort of vibe in relation to it where I'm looking at it thinking it made me think a bit of Grease, the pink ladies, because they all wear pink stuff. But she gets drawn into the group, doesn't she, to be friends, to become their friends, but they're saying you can only spend certain days with us.
Yeah. Well, no.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's just that they invite her to eat lunch with her for the entire week, don't they? So, but you can only wear pink on certain days, or you can only wear your hair up on certain days, and only jeans or sweatpants are only allowed on Fridays. And there's so many rules to actually sit at their table, and it's like that's when it all really begins, because her pal, well, both her friends want her to use it as a way of spying on them. Yes,
it's like somebody in the enemy camp to work out what's going on, which is an interesting thing. And then she even gets spend the day with them and go home to Rachel McAdams' home, which was a mind-blowing moment for me because I'm like, holy crap. I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's Amy Poehler.
with the best boob job ever, but the dog's even biting on the nipples and, and she can't feel it.
I also kept looking thinking Amy Poehler was really thin and almost at some points looked unnaturally thin.
Yeah.
Some of the scenes, but God, she made me laugh because I'm going to assume being very realistic for the sort of person, the people that they're portraying, the plastics and the mom.
Yeah.
She desperately just wants to be like her daughter. She still wants to be young. She wants to be the friend. And it's just not working, really, is it?
No.
But we then get to learn about one of the most important things in the entire film, the burn book.
Yes. Yes, we do. Yes. Just before that, though, because they also, it kind of makes reference to, the fact that Katie, whatever, thought that there was only fat and thin. But, it's like the three perfect girls are stood in front of the mirror going, my nail beds suck, or my hairline sucks. And, it's all, and then she's like, I've got bad breath in the morning. And they're like, ew. But yeah, you're right. Then the burn book becomes a thing, doesn't it? So it's
It's just like the diary of. It's like something on everyone, isn't it? And all the things they don't like, and it's all about weird rumors about people in the school, and it's a strange situation. Well, it's not a strange situation. It's something I guess they use as it becomes a major part of the book, part of the film.
Yeah,
they have like all the most horrible things they can think about written about people. Probably the majority of which aren't even actually true because they're just rumors they make up.
Yeah,
but we learn that Katie, who's Lindsay Lohan's character, has a crush on Aaron with his. Well, I'm going to just stick with Aaron. Aaron with his perfect hair, and she desperately obviously fancied him, but obviously Regina, yes, I remember her name, decides to be really, really cruel and kisses Aaron. Damn it, whoever he is, however you pronounce his name, in front of Katie, which does not go down well at all, does it?
No, that's at the Halloween party that he invited her to, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And she said, gruel.
Well, the Halloween party is like the coolest thing ever because it's like... It's the comment of, they've got to dress up. It's not like dressing up as anything scary. The girls are just going to dress up as complete sluts. Yeah. Completely supported. I'm just going to say as a viewer, completely support that. But I do love the fact that, Katie actually goes as like some was it like a zombie bride or something?
She's an ex-wife. Yeah. But yeah, she looks like super scary because, like especially like in the UK as well, we dress up. If we're going out at Halloween, we dress up scary. We don't dress in underwear kind of thing. I don't know if that's applicable to all of America, but I get the idea that, for most of America, it's, or especially like in the teen years anyway, that they go out in sort of lingerie kind of thing and just put a couple of bunny ears on.
I've only ever seen it once. Girls actually in underwear going to a Halloween party. I was rather surprised. IRL. Down with the kids. IRL. Yeah. IRL, yes.
Okay. I thought that was
No, I was just saying it was a good party. We'll leave it at that.
Yes. So, yes, that's when, though, that Katie then goes to, oh my God, Janice, and I'm scrolling through, and what's his name? Damien. So, yeah, see, I've got everybody's IMDb open.
I am. I know the scene you're about, because obviously the party, Katie's destroyed and distraught, so she leaves. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just laughing because I absolutely was creased over at that point because they're watching the horror film, aren't they? And they're getting more and more scared and she just appears through the door. Yeah. Like I said, unexpectedly on this film for me, there are scenes where I was laughing out loud, absolutely loving it.
Yeah, well, it's the perfect timing, isn't it? It's like when it's the scariest part of the film, it's like she opens the door and it's like, and all the popcorn goes everywhere. Yeah, it's perfect timing. So then that's when they actually concoct a plan to take down Regina, basically. And Katie needs to then pretend that she's friends with her. Yeah. Well, sort of pretend in inverted commas, because it's the case that in the end she becomes one of them, really, doesn't she? So
yeah, because to become, well, it is, she's becoming one of them to get more and more like them. So she's had this complete makeover, the short skirt, the whole look. She's starting to really adopt the terms they use and making like weird comments about people.
It's so fetch.
Yeah, there were certain lines in it. I'm like, okay, whatever, certain things. Was it on fleek or something was used in it? I'm like, okay, not a term that I thought was a more recent thing, but.
No, I think it was fetch, wasn't it?
It could be fetch.
It's so fetch. Yeah.
It probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Weird stuff.
Yeah, there was a few others as well, like, oh, shut up. No, you shut up.
But there obviously she starts to she's obviously convincing us to eat, because there's this obsessive thing for the girls, predominantly certainly with regard to the weight. I think I mentioned it before, the weight gain bars, that she starts wolfing down, thinking they're going to help her lose weight. But the problem is her entire diet then starts going out the window.
Yeah.
She's just eating like donuts and crap. But they also have this great scene where, I don't know if I've jumped ahead or gone back, where they have to do it's like a talent contest that they have to do. The Winter Talent Show.
I think you've jumped ahead a little bit, but I was gonna while you're jumping ahead, I'm just gonna quickly just mention about the one that when they're walking down the corridor and Lindsay Lohan's character falls into the bin.
Yep, that's another bit. Yep, but it wasn't even like she just slightly fell in. She completely went, like her entire body went in.
Yeah, exactly. It's just her legs out, kicking and screaming, kind of thing. Oh, that was amazing. I love that scene. But yes, they had to do a talent show, didn't they? So
yeah, and it's like, obviously, I mean, it's more of a thing in America. I think this thing of doing talent shows, but they have. Is it Kevin G?
Yeah,
who's a rapper. Who's into all that sort of stuff. But they're doing the talent show, and they're doing they sing along to. It's not Santa Baby, is it?
No.
Some sort of
Jingle Bell Rock.
That's the one, Jingle Bell Rock, and they're all dressed up in slightly slutty, female Mrs. Claus sort of thing, I guess. Even like Katie's dad is
yeah, it's like
rather taken aback, isn't he? He's like, whoa.
Yeah, and Gretchen Wiener's that sounds awful, doesn't it? But Gretchen, she accidentally kicks the CD player into her boyfriend's face, and she
for our younger Salty Tab Bowl, she kicked something called a boombox.
Yes,
please feel free to Google that one or ask your parents. So it stops playing, breaks, and they're like, "Oh God, what do you do?" And of course, Lindsay Lohan, being Lindsay Lohan, budding music career, about to begin around this point, starts singing, and they all start singing. And obviously Amanda Seyfried starts singing because, she is very good at that. She's certainly a far better singer than Pierce Brosnan in Mamma Mia.
Yeah.
That ain't saying a lot because Pierce Brosnan can't sing.
No.
But, we'll move that to another side. But as Pierce Brosnan himself said, hey, I can't be that bad. I've got gold records. So, But yeah, the singing goes as you would expect, brilliantly well. All wonderful stuff.
Actually, I was just going to say as well, because I think we've missed another part as well, because this is all to do with, in a way, the things, the way of taking Regina down. So there was also candy canes as well, wasn't there?
Candy canes, yes.
And
yes.
I think that was just before the dancing as well, because it was to kind of get Gretchen to start telling all of her secrets.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then she goes, well, maybe she just doesn't, maybe she doesn't feel comfortable around me because of her nose job. Oh my God, don't tell anyone that.
And her parents are not sleep in the same bed.
Yeah.
Because strangely, she's managed to take her to have that room in the house, which is another thing that she pointed out. It used to be my parents' room, now it's mine. But they also end up having, the thing that I found really strange is the girls all end up having 4-way telephone calls.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know how that happened. Yeah.
I think it's an American thing where you can do call waiting stuff, or if you're in any American Salty Tab Bowls, please tell us how is this possible, because I don't think we've ever had a system like that in the UK.
No. So I think there was such a thing as a party line at one point, wasn't there? In America.
Years and years ago. Well, you got them in the UK as well, I think.
Oh, did
party
you?
lines where it was there was an open telephone line. It was very much a historic thing. I think a way for saving money for people, so you'd have numerous people all on one line, as I understand it. But
I don't know. Maybe it was that. I don't know. I know. Obviously, it was 2 people. One person was on hold.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But yeah, they managed to sort it out anyway somehow.
Yes. So if you do know the answer, Salty Tadpoles, please tell us, because we're both curious as to how this telephone system works. But I do like it when you have the inevitable thing where one person is telling something to the wrong person.
Yes. Yeah. I really like Karen. I know Karen's not a nice name right now, but sorry, any Karens who listen. I think it's a lovely name. But yeah, it's she's definitely a thicko, isn't she? Yeah.
But she's not even bothered by it. She's like, I don't know stuff.
Yeah, I'm literally failing everything. The only things I can do is put a fist in my mouth and know when it's raining when I hold my boobs and it's actually raining. Bless her.
Poor girl. Yeah.
So I think we've gone all over the place a little bit.
We have. But it makes it more fun for the Salty Tadpoles because they can watch it and work out where we've gone in the wrong order. But there's also the candy canes go out to people, and they all it's all rigged, isn't it? So only certain people will get the candy canes. And it basically, but the thing is, like, it's all starting to go a bit wrong for Regina, isn't it? And Katie then decides to throw a house party, and her trusting parents. No, I
think you're jumping quite far ahead now.
Okay. No, we'll be back in.
Yeah, it was reining you back in a little bit now because it has to, because obviously it's kind of the next step is that they need to kind of break Regina and Aaron up. Mm-hmm. Again, that's how we say Aaron in this country, so deal with it. But so they set him up so that he keeps going to the auditorium above the above the whatever in the gym, because that's where their meeting spot is, isn't it? Where she's cheated on him. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so they come up with these elaborate plans to actually get him to go and find them. So. Yeah, eventually.
But they also find one of the teachers, don't they? Who's getting on with one of the pupils.
Yes. Yeah, which is not good. Yeah, so they're like, tray pack, or whatever it is. But we got that plane going over again, sorry. But, so in the end, though, it turns out that Katie is pretending that she's really bad at math, and Aaron is... Sorry, hold on a minute.
I can hear the chopper.
Yeah, I'll just wait a second.
What did you do? What are they hunting you for?
I don't know. There you go, they're gone. They obviously really enjoying this movie review, and that's why they decided to pop by. But yeah, no, so basically Katie is pretending to Aaron that she can't actually do math, even though she's like a grade A student in it and everything. But so he's tutoring her, and then they have a moment, don't they? So
they do. They have a moment. They get close.
Yeah.
They kiss. In fact, the spine part is what was where they kept running to the auditorium and stuff. I think is the bit where they used a very similar setup in one of the Not Another Teen movie.
Yeah.
When they spine on the girls as well. So it's a similar sort of setup. Same music even.
Yeah, probably.
Same sort of thing entirely. Yeah.
Yeah. So in the end, she sort of vomits out the words of "she's cheating on you."
Yeah, she always weirdly says that thing, word vomit.
Yeah.
And then the truth must out.
I must have constant word vomit. I don't know. So then that kind of obviously Regina and Aaron break up. And Katie's like, oh, why is he not loving me, kind of thing. And then Regina's getting fat as well, isn't she? So, she's not fat, let's face it, she's not fat at all. She's
the thing
really
is, she's living on a diet of these weird bars because she thinks that she shouldn't eat them, and she's basically been told by Katie and everything. But it's great.
Yeah.
Just to, you've got to eliminate certain things from you. What's it? No, I think she basically gets to eat crap, doesn't she?
Yeah, carbs. Yeah.
The bars will burn it away, and like it's just water weight.
Yeah, and then say it's a Wednesday or a Thursday or whatever, and she's wearing sweatpants because that's the only thing that will fit her at the moment.
They're horrified by it, aren't they?
Yeah,
truly horrified. The other girls.
Yeah, it's like, you can't sit with us.
Yeah, but it's the only thing I could fit into.
Yeah, so that's kind of when like they the two minions, so to speak, they sort of switch sides, don't they? So Regina's not the queen bee anymore. It's actually that Katie is.
The reputation's been destroyed, so Katie is the boss, and that's where I got ahead of myself, because that's where the party comes about, doesn't it?
Yes.
Now, what I found weird is at the parties, with what Katie, Lindsay Lohan's character is wearing, she made me think of sweet.
Yes.
She looked like a bag of sweets to me.
Yeah, she did, with a bra strap showing. Yeah.
Yeah, a bright red bra wearing some sort of dress that made her look like a bag of sweets.
Yeah.
Weird, very weird.
Yeah.
But I guess she was trying to make herself more be like Katie. Katie was trying to make herself a bit more like Regina, but like a poor parent's like, yeah, you'll be fine, it'll be fine, you can go, everything will be great, and basically they start wrecking shop, and it's going horribly, horribly wrong. And Katie's trying to get with Aaron, isn't she? Or Aaron, whoever she is. And
we've decided we're calling him Aaron.
We'll call him Aaron.
Yeah.
We'll call him Aaron. So, so she tries to get them, and she begins to try and tell him the truth about what's happened, because she originally doesn't think he's going to even come to the party. And she's trying to say, like, I was just plain dumb. I really did know maths. I actually know it better than you. Yeah. And he doesn't react well to this. He's quite upset, isn't he, basically?
Yeah.
And he thinks it's like, he thinks she's just been condescending and horrible to him.
Yeah, exactly. So they try to have like their first kiss moment as well. Or she leans into him to sort of give him a kiss, and then ends up, Regina runs into the room with her new boyfriend, who I can't remember what his name is, but anyway, and they walk into the room, and like at that point, Katie's being sick on Aaron.
Yeah, because she's going like word vomit. She was going, real vomit.
Yeah.
And then he leaves, and she's chasing after him, isn't she?
Yeah.
If I remember. The interesting thing I found is looking at Regina's new boyfriend, who actually seemed quite a decent guy.
Yeah, definitely.
I felt for him, though, when he puts about whatever those bars of chocolate are, and he's going, whoa, why are you eating those? And she goes, I need to lose weight, something. And he's going, I hate those things. Coach makes us eat them all the time. We've got to go up a weight class.
Yeah.
And it, like, breaks her brain, doesn't she? Really, she goes, like, total psycho with it.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she's, like, screaming all the way home and in home. Yeah. And it's like none of her family even sort of go, you all right, love? Well,
that's the thing. I was expecting like a mum to pop up and say like, "What's going on?" or in some strange way. But a mum's whole interaction with it is terrible, because even I think when Regina probably going ahead, but when she's making out with the boyfriend, she's like, she's like. She watches them. It's like, hope everything's okay if you need anything.
Yeah, a calm down.
Yeah, because like the other weird thing you got is like when Lacey Chabert's character was discussing Rachel
That's
McAdams'
Gretchen.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when Gretchen was discussing Regina, she describes her, she's called half a virgin.
Yes. I was half a virgin when I met him.
Yeah. How does half a virgin work? But anyway, we don't want to know. It's too mind-bendingly weird to probably try and compute. But
I was going to say, while Regina's like screaming off home as well, it's quite a sad scene in a way, because that's when God, I'm blanking on names now, sorry. That's when Janice and Damien are out in their car, isn't it? And that is
just not very nice.
Yeah, because originally they'd invited her to go to Janice's art show. and she managed to win a prize. But, it's like they have this really, confronting sort of scene, whereas like, oh, Katie's like, well, it's not my fault you love me kind of thing, but... And then Janice is like, well, no, at least me and Regina, we openly say that we're bitches, but you're a nasty bitch too, kind of thing, And it's, it's in some ways it's quite a sad scene because it's like those were the friends who were there first, and they stuck with you, but then they kind of manipulated her into this situation. So
they did.
It's tricky, isn't it?
No one's looking exactly brilliant in that scene, but why was Damien so obsessed with, was it a curfew?
Yes.
When he's driving around, he's going, I can't, he's not at all happy. He keeps going, I've got a curfew. I'm assuming he has to, get the car home by a certain time or something.
I've got to be home by 1 o'clock and it's now 10 past 1. I have to get home. I can't stop the car. Kind of thing. So then Regina, while she's in her bedroom screaming her head off.
Like a banshee.
Yeah.
A banshee on drugs. So that's chopping up all the pictures to create a new burn book, doesn't she? That she can present to
a new entry. Yeah.
Yes.
New entry to it.
Present to Tim Meadows, who the principal.
Yes.
And she's made the burn book so everything looks like it's Katie's doing. Is that right? Katie's been saying horrible, nasty things.
Well, she says that there's only 3 girls that aren't in it. So it's basically, it's Karen, Katie, and Gretchen. Yeah.
Yes.
Who's the daughter of the toastal strudel.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, how people have made money. That was the other thing I loved at the start. Basically, this person's completely vapid. This person's loaded because they're from a toasted strudel family.
Yeah. But Regina's in the headman's, head office sort of thing and saying, I'm in absolute tears. It's so horrible, and how can anyone call me a fugly slut, and kind of thing. And, then basically he's like, right, okay, you head off, and I'll call the 3 girls in. While they're sort of waiting outside and they, all go into the head office, or headmaster's office is what I should really be saying. What Regina has done is she's taken lots and lots of copies of the pages and she's, in the hallway, she's distributing them, isn't she? So putting them up on walls, she's throwing them on the floor, she's putting them underneath, underneath the doors for the classrooms and stuff, so that when the bell goes off, all hell breaks loose.
And boy, oh boy, does all hell break loose, because it's completely... I'm watching this scene going, I remember watching thinking, this is insane. This has really gone to a level.
Yeah.
That you would not expect, where you end up with one of the things, just again, one of the lines I absolutely love, where the principal, Tim Meadows, is like, I didn't leave Southside for this.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, then, Katie makes the reference of, a mental reference that, she's thinking that, it's almost like it's at the watering hole with all the animals in Africa, kind of thing. But then she's blinking to see if it will disappear, and it doesn't disappear,
Yeah, because she has all these things, not throughout, but in other areas of the film where she sees the way that the other kids are interacting with each other. So she goes to a mall and she's going, this reminds me of a watering hole in Africa. Yeah. And this reminds me of lions attacking people and stuff. And it's... it's an interesting way of looking at stuff, but the school is essentially complete and utter chaos. Yeah. And the principal's got a baseball bat.
I know. And what does he do with that baseball bat?
Well, he puts it... What does he do with that? I know he has a part where he's taking his shirt off and he's there and he's vest with it around his back. But
what he does is, because it's all females in that corridor near enough, what he does is a very stereotypical thing, but he hits the fire alarm, so all of the water starts coming out and everyone's like, oh my god, my my hair. So
I don't know. He does do that, but I'd say that's pretty quite an intelligent thing because he's getting nowhere trying to get them to actually behave. So yeah.
So they all start like, panicking about their hair instead of what they were fighting about. So, and then the next scene is kind of off to the gymnasium with all of them. And,
yes, they're all there in the hall, in the gymnasium.
Yes.
And he clearly he's trying to get through to them, but he isn't getting anywhere. So he's sort of saying, as a man, he can't really address these issues. So he gets Tina Fey, who both Tina Fey's character and his character are romantically linked. The first introduction you see them in the film, she's talking about stuff she's done. He mentions he's got carpal tunnel syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah, and she gets divorced, and she's because she's got a wet t-shirt because the coffee and the donuts had gone all over her.
Yes, because that's the first scene. She starts pulling she's trying to take a jumper off, and it pulls her entire top up, doesn't it?
Yeah, so just her bra's showing. So he tries to take the girls through the sort of the lessons of life, so to speak. But like James said, he realizes that he's completely failing in this, and he knows nothing. It's
he admits he can't really relate to them properly as a male, can he? So he needs a lady to step in and help him. So thankfully he's lucky enough.
Miss Norbury's there. Yeah.
Yes, he can count. Well, he pulls rank as well, doesn't he? But he just says, "You deal with this one."
Yeah.
But it's the way they're all sat on chairs. just watching this. But like the question is raised as, put your hands up if he makes them all close their eyes, doesn't she? Then he goes, put your hands up if you feel you've been bullied. So people put their hands up, put your hands up if you've ever said anything that's hurt someone, hands go up. But then the comment of put your hands up if you ever feel that you've at all been bullied by Regina George, and even the teachers.
Yeah. I know. It's like every because she's trying to get out of it, isn't she? It's just like, not everyone needs to be here. And it's like, okay, let's see who needs to be here. And so they go through all the different, because there's lots of different cliques, like like sports team cliques and stuff like that, and they go through all of them to sort of see, get people talking really, and and then Miss Norbury gets to Katie, and she says to her, "Is there anything that you'd like to own up to?" And there are things that she'd like to own up to, which is actually writing in the book that Miss Norbury is a drug dealer because she was pushing her to do better in her work. But which
did not go down well at all, did it? That was the weird thing, that you'd see, Katie from being reasonably happy to succeed to like really getting pissed off. And she was, when a teacher had said to her, "You can do better than this. You are better than this," sort of thing. Don't let some boy just influence what's going on. And even I remember watching, thinking, "Wow, she really does seem pissed off. Actually, she really is becoming plastic."
Yeah, exactly. So a bit like actually, don't worry, because I think it was on the other recording. So don't worry. Blah 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 blah. Edit. Okay, thanks, Gemma. Future Gemma. Okay, past Gemma. Hi.
All I'm going to say to Salty Tadpoles,
they won't hear that because it's gone.
No, but I'm just going to say, you could keep this in, but it won't make sense. But if I could get this mushy out to Salty Tadpoles, help me. She's gone mad.
I just had a conversation with past Gemma just to let her know that future Gemma was going to edit out something very stupid that she just said, but it was irrelevant to what was going on, so it's all good. Nobody needs to know about that. Okay. Anyway,
hi past Gemma. Hi future Gemma.
I'm present Gemma. Do you like me too?
Yep. Hello all Gemmas. Please remember to buy milk.
Got milk. Right. So where have we got to? So they're going through all the gym. And then it's. Yeah, and then it's kind of like they get to the point where they're all doing the trust falls, isn't it?
Oh, God.
Yeah. And
that really was like just, it was good. It was bloody weird though.
Yeah. It was a bit cringeworthy, but also there was that girl that didn't even go to the school that wanted to join in.
Yeah. Who is this person? And even the teacher goes, do you even go here? She's like, no, I just wanted to be part of it.
Yeah. No, I just got a lot of feelings. Yeah. But yeah, then it comes to the part where, what was it? Gretchen goes, I'm sorry that people just don't like me because I'm beautiful and I'm amazing. And I can't help that because I am, kind of thing. I'm paraphrasing, obviously.
Yeah. And the catch we know proms are all nice too.
Well, no, they don't catch her, do they? Because
wait, well, hang on. What was it? Is she the one who? Hang on, who?
Yeah,
no,
Gretchen.
I think I've got it wrong. Karen had to catch her. I thought it was the other way around.
No. Yes. So she said all of that. So she was saying, "I can't help it that I'm perfect," kind of thing.
Yeah.
She turns around to do the trust fall into the group of people, but they all move aside, and Karen's the only one that still stood there.
Yeah.
So she lands on top of Karen, and they're like, "Walk it off, come on, walk it off."
That's the thing when Miss Norbury's like, you'll be okay. Just walk it off.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. So then Katie gets a little bit scared and sort of moves further towards the back of the line, and Janice takes over the next bit. So, so she's got her card ready, but then Regina says something about, the fact that, oh, look, it's her favourite thing. She's about to jump into a pool full of women sort of thing, making reference to the fact that she's gay, but she's not gay, it's just whatever.
Yeah.
And, so in the end, she actually comes clean about everything that she's done to Regina.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And, and she's like, suck on that! And then goes back into the crowd, didn't she? But obviously... Sorry, I was going to say... sorry.
Go on. Sorry. No, sorry, it's all right. Go on, Gemma.
I was going to get a drink anyway, so go on.
Well, I was just going to say, obviously, this is where my mind's gone a bit blank, I'm afraid to say. So I know all that had happened. Mm-hmm. How does Regina get outside, though? Which is like...
Well, she storms off and then Katie runs after her.
That's the stuff.
Yeah.
Which resulted in a very wince-inducing moment.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But no, they were sort of having, having a verbal fight kind of thing as they're sort of exiting the room. And then, Regina's sort of mid-sentence and a bus hits her, and...
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Which, again, good. I think it was not at all good, but I think that's something, again, that was copied in, was it Scary Movie, where somebody gets hit by a vehicle.
Okay, I thought it was another teen movie, but yeah.
It could be. Well, there are elements in definitely not the teen movie where he gets mown down by the lad, mown down by a bus, the ducky guy, clone guy.
But it's also the cheerleader in that as well, isn't it? Because the drunk dad goes to pick up his kids and gets the drunk cheerleader.
Yeah. Oh God! But the thing, she really does get hammered by the bus because she ends up to have a neck brace.
Yeah, she's got spine. Oof. She's got a spinal fracture, isn't she? So
yeah, not nice, not at all nice.
Yeah. So then this is kind of like the first thing, or this is like the first that her parents are kind of hearing all of the bad stuff that's going on, really, isn't it? So
yeah, because they're having dinner, aren't they? And it's like she's trying to say, I haven't done any of this. Well, it's like her mother's really pissed off with her, isn't she? Because she's basically freezing her out.
Yeah.
And her dad's like, right, I'm going to have to ground you.
Yeah. Yeah, and he doesn't really know what grounding is because they've homeschooled her. So yeah. But yeah, so, and, it kind of escalates again, but it's...
Well, the thing's, weird rumours are going around, aren't they, that Katie had pushed her in front of the bus.
Yeah. And another thing that we've kind of missed as well is that the nominees for the Spring Fling Queen as well.
What sort of name was that? Why?
I know.
It's just like a prom. It's not... I was watching thinking, the Spring Fling?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe they just thought it sounded funny.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, the people who'd been nominated was Katie, Gretchen, Regina, and then what's his name? I don't know why I can't remember Damien's name, but he put Janice in. It's like, he was like, I just couldn't resist. I'm really sorry.
He's trying to be nice.
Yeah, no, he's not, because he was just, it was making fun, really. He just couldn't resist putting her in. So, yeah, so everybody's sort of voting for who is a spring queen kind of thing. Yeah,
and there's one point where these lads are going, I'm going to vote for her because she got hit by a bus. And the other one's going, I'm going to vote for Katie because I heard she pushed her in front of the bus.
Yeah, exactly. And while this is going on as well, Katie has decided to join the mathletes.
Yes.
And she's currently at the...
I think joined is a loose term. I think it was kind of like forced upon her, wasn't it?
Oh, yes,
by
it
a
was.
teacher, because she was like, you said I was a drug dealer.
Yeah.
So in order to make it up for me, you're going to join the mathletes.
Yes. Yeah, that was it, definitely. And so then finally, you could be forgiven after that. So, but so she's on the mathletes, and sort of they're all intelligently answering the questions and whatnot. It's a bit like if we were to do a version of what's that university's game in the UK?
It looks almost like they're trying to do a mathematical school version of University Challenge.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Yeah.
But when they're looking at the teams, the sad thing is Katie realises she is becoming she has become plastic, because she's like assessing one of the girl in the other team who has been made to not look attractive, and she's sort of basically ripping her apart, going, oh, she's this, she looks terrible, sort of thing.
But it's kind of a realization moment as well, though, if you think about it, because although she's addressing the things that are wrong with the girl, like she's got, needs to pluck her eyebrows, she needs to take her lip balm off of her teeth and whatnot.
She has a mustache as well.
Yeah. And everything like that. But it, like she also says that it doesn't matter, because actually she is still going to potentially be better at this than me.
Because Katie's problem she's finding is, whereas previously she'd be like wonderful for mathematics, she'd have great recall, she can answer things really, really quickly because she impresses other people with that. Yeah. She's either she's unable to think straight because of what she's had to do with the plastics, the way it's altered her mind, or she's just like, feeling stressed and pressured, but she's not able to do it. But the girl who she ends up going up against, who she was seeing as being not being, physically attractive, sort of thing, and trying to take it out on that, gets her answer wrong.
Yes.
So Katie's abilities then kick back in, and she's able to correctly answer the question. Thus, the mathletes win.
Yes, they do. Well, mathletes is the thing. Their school wins. Yeah.
Their mathlete team then wins. Yeah. A stranger bunch of people you will never meet, including Kevin the rapper.
Yes. Who rips his shirt open, yeah.
He's an unnerving character.
He is. And her parents, because she's obviously been grounded, her parents have gone to the prom because she's obviously gone out. But, because...
It's just the way that the mum's like, where is she? She's gone out. But you've grounded her. Is she not allowed to go out?
Yeah, the dad has no clue, does he, whatsoever, bless him. But yeah, so like Tina Fey's character, so Miss the teacher anyway, she decides that she says, well, Katie, you're out already, why don't you come to the prom? You may as well, you're out already. So
and they all have varsity tops, don't they? Letterman jacket things.
Yes.
So.
Yeah.
Is that for winning?
Yeah, that was for winning. Yeah. So yeah, that was good.
You get those because they won. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And so then she turns at the prom and all of the kings and queens are up on the stage at that point, aren't they?
Yes, including our wonderful girl Regina, who's actually even, Mum's even set her up and put the neck brace, helped with the makeup and everything.
Yeah.
So maybe she's not as terrible mother as we thought. This is where the film kind of, for me, got a bit... I kind of lost my love for it.
Yeah.
At this stage, it was kind of feeling a bit too cliched and... bleh.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it had to. If it's going to be like a teen,
Oh, it had to, yeah.
It had to have that moment, really. Unfortunately, but yeah. So the announcements are made, and her parents are there, and she's like, "Get here right now," kind of thing. And and Katie's on her way over, and then all of a sudden, her name is announced as the Spring Fling. That is really hard to say. Spring Fling Queen.
She's the queen. Salty Tadpoles, did you see that one coming? Ooh.
The lead character becomes the queen.
Yeah.
No. But then when she's up there, she goes, "Half of you voted for me because you think that I pushed somebody in front of a bus, and half of you voted for me, blah, 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 blah," whatever the reason was. And she then decides to split up the crown, doesn't she? And everyone's shock horror.
I, to be honest, word vomited for her. I understood the word vomit, but the real vomit feeling watching this portion of the film.
Yeah.
And it's like, the thing that got me is when she's going, she's being saying to people, this is, you look great. But she has to one girl, "You must have spent ages doing your hair." And I'm like, really? Her hair didn't actually look that good. You chose that. Surely they should have had the actress giving her something really elaborate and wild, so you could be like, "You spent ages doing your hair," because it didn't really sort of work for me for that. I'm like, hair doesn't look that amazing. You should have given it somebody like wild, insane hair for that comment. But I did like the thing when she's snapping it apart. She goes, "Plastic," and like, they're going, "Can we do that?" And Tim Meadows is just like,
Yeah, and everyone's
Apparently,
gasping, aren't they? They're like, "Oh my god!" But no, she froze bits. She froze a bit to Gretchen. She froze a bit to Regina. She froze a bit.
Who catches it?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and she throws a bit to Janice, and then she throws a bit out to the crowd, and then Damien gets a bit and whatnot, So it's but I think the nicest part about this scene really is that Damien and Janice decide to let her off, and they make friends with her again, sort of thing, which is nice.
We must take our hat off to Regina at this point because she must have the reflexes of a fox.
Yeah.
Because boom, she just catches that, and she's in a neck brace. Well, not a neck brace. She's like pinned, isn't she? With all that stuff. But yeah, boom, perfect catch. Hats off to her.
Yeah. And then, of course, the moment happens when Aaron approaches her with 2 tickets, or 1 ticket because the other ticket gets stolen for, I don't know, some pancake place or something.
It's like the Pancake House, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got vouchers for the Pancake House. It was, to me, around this point, it was more cool that you actually saw Principal Duval and Miss Norbury dancing. Yeah. They finally got together.
Yeah.
Not that we didn't see that one coming, did we?
No, not at all. Look at you remember his name at the end of the episode.
I don't know why it took me so long to remember it. I think I was thinking of Robert Duvall and it just popped in there.
Fair enough. But no, the it's sort of like, they sort of, Katie and Aaron have this big kissy wishy moment, and I didn't really like this scene either.
The thing is, it got, I don't know, there was something about the way it ended. I know it's cliche because the whole thing's one of these cliche films, and it's borrowed from loads of other films like Heathers, and it's got to end in this sort of way. But it did just seem a bit, I don't know, I felt a bit let down at this point. That it was
a bit cheesy at this point, yeah.
And I usually love that sort of stuff, but yeah, I don't know. Weird. Anyway,
I suppose it needed the bit of cheese factor though, for like to make it like the girly chick flicky kind of part, if you know what I mean. So maybe, I don't know. So I don't review films in that way, so it's a bit hard to sort of comment. But
what was good is that we saw that the plastics had disbanded, it had gone, it had failed. And obviously they've got to have the moral improvement in themselves. But I liked what they'd become.
Yeah. It's like Regina starts doing sports, doesn't she?
Yeah, violent lacrosse.
Yes.
You're just like battering people. Who were probably even worse than she's on the anger management front, aren't they? So,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
just to back you up, it's like what the other jobs they get. Like Karen is now the weather reporter for the schools. The schools have weather reporters. No, that's the other thing that gets me. They've all got like, maybe this is an American school thing, but and it might happen in schools now. Here, I don't obviously know.
Yeah,
but they have like an internal TV station, don't they? That gives people information, an internal sort of radio. I mean, we had radio stations when I was at university, but yeah, the TV thing, maybe that does go on. So she's like doing the news.
Yeah, or the weather report. Yeah, not the news.
Well, the weather report, sorry.
Yeah. And Gretchen is talking Chinese.
To the Asians, the cool Asian clique, they all kind of started looking like each other, haven't they? So that salty tadpoles, that probably won't be allowed now because that's cultural appropriation.
Yeah, probably.
So if it's a film made now, that wouldn't happen. And it wouldn't be now because it's a film from 2004. We can laugh at it, but if it was now, Gemma and I could not laugh at it. It'd be a big no.
You know what? I laughed anyway, so there you go.
Well, it's all right because it's a 2004 film, but now that's a no, Gemma. That's not funny. That's not okay.
No,
not now. No. Not in 2022. That's no. You can't see me wagging my finger. No.
I'm wagging my finger back.
No.
So the last scene basically ends with, being like peace and harmony. And then 3 freshmen walk in and they are, start mini plastics sort of thing. And then the bus comes along and hits them. But then, obviously it's like back of screen, it's sort of rewound. And then they're like not hit by the bus, but almost.
When I was watching that, though, I initially for a second didn't realise it wasn't meant to have happened. I was like, holy shit!
That's how they got rid of Regina, wasn't it? So that's how they got rid of the other ones.
I was like, holy shit, they've like killed all the 13-year-olds or something. If it kept like that, you'd be like, God, this film's got some guts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Aaron's buggered off as well, hasn't he? Has he gone to university?
Yes. Yeah, or college or whatever they call it, yeah.
So Katie can go and visit him. But yeah, that's how the film ended. But I really, really... The fact that I had a hunch I would enjoy it.
Yeah.
But the fact that I, honest to God, was laughing out loud... which doesn't happen a lot on films with me so much anymore. I may have a wry chuckle. So I will ask the question I always ask when I'm doing the Celluloid Codswallop. What would you give it out of 5? Not 10.
I'm not Joanne.
But 5. No. Joanne, I love you. You know I love you.
I do too.
Yeah, we love you. We do.
Yeah. I'm going to give it 3.5, but I'm going to give it 3.5 fishes.
Right, okay.
Okay. Because I want to keep with the Codswallop theme.
Yep. Stay away from that final half fish, bit smelly.
Yeah.
Because it's been chopped in half.
It's the head of the fish. It's not the tail of the fish. Does that make any better? Make it
I
better?
don't know. Don't they say the fish rot from the head down? So.
Oh, well, then it's the tail of the fish.
Yeah. And if you could improve it in any way, how would you improve it? What do you think could make it better?
I don't know, really. Because I think in itself, it's, it's a good film. I mean, I said about the fact that there was the cheesy prom kind of, theme and whatnot. But that's, you kind of expect that in like in a cheesy American kind of film anyway. Like the typical girly chick flick kind of film. So, yeah, I don't think I would change it, to be honest. I think I'd keep it as it is. Yeah. What about you?
I'd probably give it a 4 because it did. I liked it. Just as I said, it made me laugh a hell of a lot out loud. It was, for me, what I really also liked is the fact that it's strange. It's because I did the reverse engineering thing of going, that's why I know that from, not another teen movie, or that's why I know that from Scary Movie. That's why I got references. And I like the fact that I could see the other elements that influenced it, like the strong Heather's influence was a major part of it. I really enjoyed it, and I love this sort of stuff. And I love the fact that I've seen loads of Saturday Night Live people in it.
Yeah.
And you saw this obvious thing that obviously Tina Fey didn't direct it, but obviously as a writer, and obviously the fact that it was, it is an SNL piece, basically. It's Lorne Michaels, who is basically the voice, the influence for the voice of Dr. Evil.
Okay. Because I've never watched Saturday Night Live, so I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, I just liked it, and I could see loads of different characters that, actors, and see, obviously I saw them, knowing them from people who from Saturday Night Live or people Tina Fey would know. And I just liked it a lot as a film. But I think the only thing that was a letdown was probably the end.
Yeah.
Where it went a bit too formulaic, I guess. But I think it was a good film. It was generally, if you're having a crap day, it's a brilliant film to put on because it'll raise your spirits, make you feel better.
Yeah. Or if it's a typical rainy kind of day as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't demand a lot of you. It's fun to just put it in and put your brain neutral, enjoy.
Yeah.
How would I improve it? It's a tricky one. Probably just maybe, I don't know, there's not a massive amount of stuff I would improve on it. I would love to have seen more of Amy Poehler's bizarre mother, actually.
Yeah.
Just to see what went on with that. But yeah, I thought it was a really enjoyable, good film. It was, it is. I'd heartily recommend it. Definitely, I'd heartily recommend it.
Good. So would I, definitely. Do you know what? I'm going to bump it up. I'm going to make it 4 fishes now.
Yes.
Yeah.
4 fishes from the deep.
Yes.
Are now happily alive and safe and well. They've risen to the surface, and you're giving it 4 out of 5. So yeah, I think we have probably been talking off celluloid Cotswold at this point. What I would like to do is extend a huge thank you for actually getting me to watch this film.
You're welcome.
Because it's one that I really enjoyed. It was, definitely a very nice film. But it is tinged with sadness for me because of where Lindsay Lohan is now.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I found really sort of difficult watching. I'm like, she used to be very pretty. She used to have a great voice.
Yeah. And
she was obviously seen as being this next big thing. It's her star vehicle, this. But everybody else has got onto stuff but her. And it's just a rather sad situation.
Yeah. You know how you said one thing that we'd like to change from this podcast, not this podcast, sorry, from this film. Maybe we could say that we want to change Lindsay Lohan's future from this film onwards.
Her career trajectory. We wanted it to be better. There are rumours, because they did make a sequel. It's straight to video from what I understand, Tosh. Although Tim Meadows did come back in it, so it may not all be bad.
Yeah, Mean Girls 2, yeah. That's not too bad, but I wouldn't say it's as good as the original. I've seen Mean Girls 2 as well, but yeah.
Well, there are rumours that there is another Mean Girls in the offing.
Oh, really? In
some form or another that Tina Fey would want to do. I think there was a rumour that it may not have Lindsay. It may not have Lindsay Lohan in. It might be some like Jennifer Aniston or somebody looking at people who are like mean ladies sort of thing, as adults. But who knows? It would be nice to see something with Lindsay Lohan back in that isn't complete letdown. But yeah, I will happily just say once again, thank you for getting me to watch this. I would recommend anybody who wants to feel good and have a laugh to sit and watch this film. And I think you can watch it at any age as well, because we're not teenagers, unfortunately, anymore.
No.
But we enjoyed it.
We did. I mean, I watched it originally possibly when I was a teenager or early 20s. But yeah, I still enjoy it today. And it's only taken me, nearly 3 years or 3 years probably to get James to actually watch this film. So don't be like James and pop it in that old DVD player and go on. Get your popcorn and go on. Get it on.
Yep, definitely. So on that bombshell, on that Celluloid Codswallop bombshell, I have been James.
I have been Gemma.
And thank you very much. And that's the end of this episode of Celluloid Codswallop.
That's a wrap. I thought I'd add my own little thing. Sorry, James.
Oh, perfect. No, I like it. Perfect.